And now, to give us an update on the historical analysis of the situation in Iran, we invite Shahrzad Ghanai, publisher of the Epoch Times Persian Edition, to the show. Thank you for your time speaking with us, Shahrzad. Please start by giving us a broad overview of the latest happening in Iran and how Iran is responding now to the U.S. operation.
The Islamic Republic appears to be making every effort, and some developments seems to be affecting the neighbors countries. Like as you said, Turkey recently said that the ballistic missiles was launched from inside Iran, and it passed through airspace of Iraq and Syria, and then it's changed its ways to Turkey airspace. So looks like the situation of the Islamic Republic is not very favorable. As the authorities just recently ordered the redeployment and then of the retired army personnel. So they want to utilize those people as well. The latest figures that currently we have is the death toll in Iran has reached to 1,045 people, but the statistics from the Islamic Republics are not trustable, are not reliable. We know that the Islamic Republic is right now retaliating by targeting several locations in Israel at this moment.
1,000 deaths in Iran. It is certainly a very decisive military action. The U.S. says it will strike deeper into Iran. Is Iran near the breaking point, or will it continue to retaliate?
To respond to this question, I want to use the term the Islamic Republic because the country of Iran itself and its people looks like they're going through all of this hardship to have a chance to have a new life without the Islamic Republic. But the Islamic Republic seems to be in a very, very not good situation, and they're trying to the very last moment to avoid being destroyed. They want to maintain the power inside Iran. But looks like it's getting every day, it's getting weaker and weaker. It's very difficult to get the information from inside Iran right now because the only media that is wording is state-run, is the mouthpiece of the Islamic Republic. So they change the news, that they bias the news that the way they want to broadcast it. But they show that we are still strong, we are fighting back, but apparently that's not the case.
Can you tell us more about the media landscape, how it's being portrayed versus what the actual situation is?
The media is showing that they are still strong. They are making some events that shows we are not afraid. Even Ahmadinejad was announced first dead on the second day of the war, but looks like his security guards are dead, but he is alive. So they are showing that life is still more normal. It's not as scary as the other media, Western media or media outside country are showing. They're showing some events that they are attending the events that for remembrance of Khamenei, the supreme leader of the Islamic, who was killed by US 2 days back. And they are showing that we are very strong. We are targeting Israel. Their missiles are hitting their locations that they are targeting, and they're not mistakes. And all the media outside the country are the reports are all lies, and they're lying.
The conflict is widening, and here's Secretary of War Pete Hegseth today. See if we can pull.
In the Indian Ocean, and we'll play it on the screen there, an American submarine sunk an Iranian warship that thought it was safe in international waters. Instead, it was sunk by a torpedo. Quiet death. The first sinking of an enemy ship by a torpedo since World War II. Like in that war, back when we were still the War Department, we are fighting to win.
So what can you tell us about the Iranian regime's naval presence in international waters and its activity there?
The information is very limited, and it happened just recently. But it was likely that they go along with some boats that they conduct military patrol operations in the region, and such vessels are usually equipped with missiles, and they are very light weapons. Usually they go out on a mission that includes the monitoring like strategic waterways and escorting the ships. So looks like they should have included some weapons and missiles to support those smaller boats that usually get into the to the water. They approach and they pressure foreign naval vessels, and that's a part of the Islamic Republic strategy to intimidate other ships in the region.
Being aggressive. NATO also shooting down an Iranian missile headed toward Turkey through Iraq and Syrian airspace. Any sense of why Iran would target Turkey, a NATO member? What's the relationship here?
There are two analyses. One is that probably the Islamic Republic is trying to increase the tension with neighbor countries so that they would pressure U.S. to stop the war, or they also are trying to say that while we're getting down, before we are being destroyed, the Islamic Republic being destroyed, we want to make a mess around and destroy the other, and weaken the other countries as well. The other way to look at it is that they're really incapable in what they are doing. They have no idea that where they are sending these missiles. They're not that precise to target where they want to send the missile to. So this might be a part of their like being incapable.
And finally, I just want to zoom out a bit here and put this conflict into perspective, which has been years in the making. In the Iranian Revolution in 1978-79, the monarchy was overthrown. Why did that happen, and how did Iran change?
The revolution, the Islamic Revolution 1979 was a combination of political, social, some economic factors that was developed over several decades. But we need to know that before revolution, Iran was ruled by Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi. It was Pahlavi dynasty. It's important to note that both Mohammad Reza Shah and Reza Shah, who was his father, they inherited the country that was economically very weak, very fragile in early 20s. And then during their rule, Iran experienced a very rapid and significant modernization, including like the expansion of infrastructure, education, industry. And then they developed a modern state in general, and but again, despite this modernization and economic growth in the country in 1970s, some people were experiencing political pressure because Mohammad Reza Shah banned communism and Marxism in the country, and this communism ideology was flourishing, like was getting into Iran, especially from Russia, actually Soviet Union at the time, and other than a lot of small groups of Marxist and communists formed inside the country that were doing these guerrilla attacks. They were terrorizing the country, and alongside with them, the clerics also formed the Islamists, actually. This communism also, the ideology also get into those Islamic Islamists, some Islamic group, especially young students. And then together they formed they opposed Mohammad Reza Shah, and then it was like 1979. They were saying that we are oppressed. We don't have freedom to express our views, which was right because Mohammad Reza Shah banned communism at the time. And then together there was a revolution that happened in 1979, and it was Ruhollah Khomeini. The first leader of the Islamic Republic, actually the founder of the Islamic Republic, that came into power after 1979 revolution.
Sounds like coordination between the Reds and the Greens. Shahrzad Ghanai, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.